Hey everybody, welcome back to Podcastage. My name's Bandrew, and today I'm back with part 1 of 3 of the Scarlett Solo Studio Pack review series. You may be asking why I am splitting it up into 3 different parts, mainly because reviewing 3 different components, a microphone, a headset, and an interface in one video would make it too long, and I don't want to do that to you, and I've also had people request I review individual components, so if they're looking for a review of the CM25 or the HP60 headphones, they can find that as well. Okay, so if you are interested in this studio pack, it will set you back about $200, and I will link that as well as each individual component, if I can find it, in the video description down below. Today, I'm going to be focusing on, no pun intended, the Focusrite Solo USB audio interface, and I'll go ahead and walk you through all the features and everything. And I do also want to mention this is listed as compatible with PC and Mac. So I don't think I really need to do a what's in the box for this video because I'm splitting it up into 3 different sections, and also that information is on the Amazon page, and I just want to go ahead and get right into the review and the tests. So as far as the build quality, it actually feels really nice. It is a nice metal chassis. All the dials are nice and firmly attached. None of the actual input ports wobble around too much. Everything just feels like it's really nicely attached and like it's meant to last, not like a cheap plastic USB audio interface. Okay, let's go ahead and walk through everything on the front of this interface. Channel 1 right here is what I'm plugged into, and it is an XLR input only. It is not a combo input. Directly next to the input, we have the gain control for channel 1, and as you can see around the ring, it lights up green when it's getting a signal, and when we start to clip, it gets red. So that's really easy to tell how you're doing on your gain and if you're clipping. Right below that, we have the phantom power button. So right now you can see it's lit up, and that means phantom power is on. And here is a quick test of the actual voltage, showing you we're getting about 47.5 volts going to the microphone, which is hands down the best I've seen for any USB interface that I've used so far. Channel 2 right here has a 6.3 millimeter or 1/4 inch input. Directly next to that input, we also have another gain control, which has the same features, the light up ring and everything, but directly beneath it, we have a switch to switch between instrument and line. If you're plugging in a guitar or a bass, you will use instrument. If you're plugging in a microphone like the SM48 or any microphone that does not need phantom power, you will switch to line right there. Lastly, on the front, we have the headphone volume control. We have a 6.3 millimeter headphone output so you can have monitoring. And lastly, we have the direct monitor on and off switch, which allows you to turn on or off zero latency monitoring. So on the back, we only have 2 things to look at. We have the RCA outputs, which allow you to run this into whatever monitors you're using. And then we have the USB port right there. So that's actually all the buttons and knobs on this thing. I hope that explains that, but let's go ahead and keep going with this. So as far as resolution, it records at 24-bit and records a 96 kilohertz conversion rate. I also want to note that when you're plugged into the XLR portion of this interface, it records the left-hand audio. When you're plugged into the channel 2 input, that records to the right-hand side of the audio. So if you're only recording one microphone, you will have to make slight adjustments in post, but it shouldn't be that difficult. Now I'm going to go ahead and shut up, drop the gain on channel 1 to 0, and slowly increase it so you can hear what kind of noise is generated by this thing. 25%, 50%, 75%, 100%. And also, I want to point out, you cannot get any phantom power on channel 2 because it is a 1/4 inch or 6.3 millimeter input that doesn't get any phantom power. So the overall sound, I think, is pretty great beneath 75%. If you keep it between 50 and maybe 65%, I think you're going to be golden. This thing sounds pretty nice, but once you start to get into the high percentages, 75 and higher, it gets pretty dang noisy. So I think this is a great option as a starting audio interface. It has really low noise when you're in the medium gain settings. It has really easy monitoring and zero latency monitoring. It has those nice halos around the gain controls so you can really easily tell when you're clipping or when you're not. And it also actually provides a full 48 volts of phantom power on channel 1, which is awesome if you're going to be using a condenser microphone. So if you were to buy just the audio interface, it would set you back $100, and I think that's absolutely fair for what you're getting here. It sounds really nice, it has really nice features, and all around, I would highly recommend it. Alright, well that will do it for part 1 of the Scarlett Solo Recording Pack review series. If you have any more questions about this audio interface, leave them in the comments down below, and I'll try to get back to you as soon as I can. If you are interested in this interface or the pack, I will link both of those in the description as well. If you found this fun, interesting, or helpful, thumbs up. If you thought it sucked a big bag of dongs, give me a big old thumbs down. If you want more, subscribe by clicking the logo in the corner. And lastly, don't forget to vote for the microphones you want reviewed next, as well as follow me on all the social media stuff. Links to everything in the video description down below. And I think that will do it. I will see you all later. Thanks for watching. Bye.